Hello everyone, we're heading back to Clash of Wills, this time to do another rank 1 run with a light base team. So the team I put together for this, up first we have Melissa. She is our supporter. She is also our provoker. So gear-wise, the mask literally just there for morale per turn. The coat is there for evasion and morale. Evasion probably doesn't matter too much with the accuracy on the boss, but we are using Kaito, so we'll see. Talisman has guts on it with a little bit of health. Gave her a materia with some more guts. Tenacity gives type mitigation against the boss. Materia for provoke and a little bit of defense and spirit. Her own card for morale per turn. So we'll make her survive most of the rounds, but I am going to sacrifice her at one point. Just because the boss is slightly annoying with the physical hits. Chains of Fate Marae is here just to be another damage dealer. So, I actually don't need the Rage Beast Roar at all. And her base form, I just gave her full evasion, just in case. But we don't care about the base form that much. Main thing is the shift form. And it's just a limit focus. So 300 beast, 300 human, 300 machine, and 300 limit damage. Up next is Winged Officer Celeste. So she is the leader for the big leader skill. I did give her the pendant, morale per turn, but I am also going to use it. Mine's only EX1, so everything's based around her being EX1. I do have the boon in the base. Wisdom of Hess, a little bit of autocasting, doesn't really matter. And in the shift, just limit focus, a little bit chain speed from the promise there as well. So 350 beast, 300 human and machine for her with 300 limit damage. Ayabrea is next. So in the base, she's got some survivability stuff, just so she's not taking too much damage overall. Defense, spirit, health type stuff. In the shift, pure limit focus. .300 beast, human, machine, and limit damage for her. Up next is Elena, so we're going to use her for damage and magic cover. In the base, Blizzard Orb. Also gave her tenacity for the type mitigation. Melissa's card, morale per turn. So she's got her 50 physical and magic mitigation there from the kit. 150 limit damage, doesn't really matter. Her base form is mostly just being a tank. So you got 75 machine, 200 human, 200 beast. And we do have some light resist, and we're slightly negative on water, but it should be fine. And then in the shift, I didn't care about tanking all that much. I just went limit damage. .300 beast, human, machine, and limit damage for her. Then we have Kaito for our breaker. So in the base, rod and ring, just for morale to start. I do have the bracer on him. This is just morale per turn. I'm not actually using the ability on that. Tyvus' spirit in the base though. Wilk's card, morale per turn. And in the shift, limit focus. 300 beast, human, machine, and limit damage there. Alright, let's jump into this. So we get a bunch of autocasting at the start. Alright, so turn one, we're just going to fill morale. I'm just going to triple heal one. And that's pretty much just morale gain. Melissa. Shared immunity, chronic flow, and parasol shield. For Celeste. So we're going to use high-tech barrier the first turn for the big general mitigation. We'll do teamwork for the buffs. And then we're going to bar light to give us physical mitigation as well as some light resist. Elena will do her base limits. Murray, we're going to do light and view for the team. We're going to shadow meld for double mirage. And then we can just bolting. Kaito is going to shift. So we're going to crashing wave, sun glitter for the field, and deep. And then we'll just still chain a tiny bit. We're not going to really do damage. Alright, so Melissa's going to take some damage, but we should be fine. We shouldn't use any of her guts yet. 99% mitigation is a huge deal. So maybe one guts. Alright, so turn 2, Elena. We're going to Sanctuary, put up her field for the extra stats, and Omni cover. So we're probably going to use Elena's guts this turn, which is fine. Melissa. So we're going to toss out a heal. We're going to put Dark for the Dark Resist buff. And then we can toss out a Beast Killer on Celeste. For Aya Bray, we're going to do Gene Heal, Barrier, and Haste this turn. That'll help Elena with some physical hits as well. Celeste, we're just going to do the Gilded Pendant, boost her limit a little bit. Murray, we're going to do Yang to get a better light boost for herself. And just double bolting. And Kaito. We'll Downpour for the accuracy down plus Machine Killer. And Deep and Destabilizing. So those two can chain a tiny bit. We're still not going to do damage. So yeah, Elena Guts is used, but that's actually fine. Alright, so turn 3, Elena. We're going to do her Magic Cover and Double Heal. See, Kaito kind of has a free turn, well, one free action. I'm going to do Force. We're not actually going to use the modifier and then Flux and Stream, but it does give him some Mirage for a few turns. See, Aya is going to shift. We're going to do Awakened and Double Bolting. For Murray, we're going to use her Self 100. We need to Burst for modifier. We'll just hit Celeste. It doesn't matter. Everybody has 300 LB at the moment. And then we'll do Human Killer on Celeste. And then Celeste. So mine is only EX1. So we're going to swap out the field for damage. Do Solar. And then going to do Bolting. So if she was EX2, I could do her 400 limit this turn and use the 500 later. But EX1, we got to wait. And then Melissa's going to actually go last this turn. So we're going to Beast and Human Killer on Murray. And then we're going to Uncontrollable. So that imbues everybody with Dark. So we're going to have those three do a little bit of chaining first. And then Melissa's going to go, and this way we nullify the physical attacks for now. Or at least the one turn. So RNG did not like Murray there. Both of those went there, but she lived, so it's fine. Alright, so turn 4, we're going to do our first burst. Melissa's going to go last again, because we're going to imbue Dark another time. So we're going to do Sheared for Dark, and then All-Consuming. Murray's going to shift. So Murray does Shifted Limits. Celeste is going to shift. For Shifted Limit. Ray does her Shifted Limit. Elena does Base Limits. And Kaito does Shifted Limit. So we'll chain everybody up, and then Melissa goes last.
Partner, it's time to strike.
So our goal is to get the boss down a bit, but not past 50 yet. I don't want to deal with the threshold just yet. So that was good. Alright, now Melissa can go, and we're going to imbue Dark again. We also get Dark heal, so that's going to help. So, Guts used on Murray, it looked like. She got picked down a bit. Alright, turn 5. Melissa's going to go first. And we're going to super and target Aya once she's done casting. So, super on Aya so we can do Awakened again quicker than normal. For Kaito, we're going to downpour, refresh the field. And then we're going to do his Waves Magnus to increase the debuffs on the boss. Alright, Murray can go back to the base. So we're going to do her Light Imbue for the team, which is going to get rid of the Dark Imbue on us. Arcane for the good buff. And then we can Human Killer for Kaito. Celeste can go back to the base. We're going to refresh the field. We can do Intelligent for 10% Beast Killer for those that aren't getting the 250. And then we can just Bolting. Elena. So we're going to, with this, for the 200 light buff and double Bolting. And then Aya in the shift, we're going to Awakened and double Bolting. So let them chain a little bit. Alright, so turn 6, Melissa. We're going to do Beast and Human Killer on Murray. And then Parasol again for the type mitigation. Kaito goes to the base. We're going to Typhus' Spirits. Murray. We need to burst for the modifier. I'll hit Aya. It doesn't matter who we hit. And then we're going to use her 150 light boost. And Human Killer for Elena. Celeste. We're going to do Teamwork. Use her 150 boost. And then I have to use the 400 LB because only EX1. For Aya, we go back to the base. So we're going to Gene Heal, Barrier, and Haste. And Elena's going to shift. So this turn, we're going to sacrifice Melissa. Because I'm going to use Grace, which is going to get rid of the Imbue on the boss. And then we'll Blade and Judgment. So Melissa's going to die. She'll Guts first and then die. So hopefully nobody else gets hit too bad. But we do have Mirage to make up for it. So there's both Guts there. And, oh, she didn't actually die. She had re-raise from Parasol, so her dying wasn't an issue. Alright, so we'll use all the morale stuff. Just because it's there. We'll probably end up killing it. So, Melissa. We're going to Seconds on Celeste and Beast and Human Killer for Celeste. Murray is going to do Shifted Limit. Celeste does Shifted Limits. Aya does Shifted Limits. Kaito does Shifted Limits. And Elena does Shifted Limits. So Kaito and Aya are going to start. Then we send Elena and then the front two. And the boss died. So essentially, if it didn't die, we just use Kaito to use his other Magnus to get rid of the buffs on the boss, Re and be light, and just chain up. And he should be low enough to just chain to death. But there is the rank 1 with a light base team. Take a look at damage. So obviously, the NV plus Celeste did the most damage. Aya and Mireille, pretty close, almost tied. And Kaito and Elena, fairly close as well. But that is the light clear with an EX1 Celeste. So we're going to end this video here. Hope everybody enjoyed.